wait to hear his story. And he's been here in America for more than how many years?
It will be 39 years in January of 2022.
He's been here for 39 years. That's the longest time I've ever heard of a person talking about being in America. And of course, he came here as an immigrant, and I would want to hear his story so that we can get to know what has kept him that long here without him wanting to go back to his home country. And without further ado, may I take this chance to just welcome him in the video. Welcome, Mr. Adom.
Thank you very much, Esther.
Yeah, we are so excited to have you here today.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
And to get to hear your story about all those years that you've been here. I know you have seen a lot, you have done a lot, and we can't wait to get you take us through your story. And to start with, how did you find yourself here?
Okay, back in Nigeria, like I told you earlier before conversation started, I came to United States to go to school. So I got admission to Northwest Missouri State University, which is 120 miles north from here.
I know because I used to live there.
In Maryville, Missouri. So I arrived in Kansas City actually January 15th of 1983.
1983.
And I spent the night in downtown Kansas City at Marriott Hotel on 12th and Wyandotte. The next morning, the 16th of January 1983, I took a yellow cab all the way to Maryville, Missouri.
Oh my God.
It was very, very cold. I only had my three-piece suit. Actually, from Amsterdam to United States, somebody gave me their winter jacket.
Because you didn't know it was cold.
I didn't know it was that cold, you know. I mean, coming from Nigeria, I know it's temperate climate, but the kind of cold that I experienced wasn't something that I anticipated, so I wasn't properly dressed.
Okay.
But anyway, I made it to United States on the 15th of January 1983. Then, like I said, I spent the night on that 15th, took a yellow cab to Maryville on the 16th. When I got to Maryville, I went through registration. I was assigned a resident hall. So I went to that resident hall, unpacked my baggage, spent the night there. Then the next morning, I went to the cafeteria to eat. And from the cafeteria, I went to my first class.
Let me ask you, you are new in the United States, and in the morning you need to go to the cafeteria and get to order your food. I remember when I came here January 2014, and I spent the day in a hotel. In the morning, I wasn't able to make any order because they couldn't hear what I was talking about. Did it happen to you too?
Well, not quite, but because there were some Nigerians here already, I ran into one of them during registration, and actually it was the one that took me to my residence hall.
Okay.
And it was the same person that came down, and he lived 2 floors above me. I was on 208 and he was on 408. So he came down in the morning, even though I was still sleeping. He knocked on the door. I managed to open the door and ran to the shower, took a shower, and then we went to the cafeteria.
Okay.
In the cafeteria, you know, we were online, grabbed our trays, picked out the food. Most of the food were familiar to me, except like scrambled eggs.
So do you want to tell me back in Nigeria you were used to some of the food? Because when I came here, it was very hard for me to even know what they are having. I couldn't even make an order because I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we are pretty much used to the food that they had here.
Wow.
Yeah, because in my high school and elementary school, I did go to school with some American kids and British kids.
Okay.
So we get to visit them at their houses, and they will provide those foods.
Okay.
So,
can I take you back a little bit? In Nigeria, where did you come from exactly?
Okay, I'm from Onitsha.
Okay.
Onitsha is known for being the commercial nerve center of the entire West Africa.
Wow.
Onitsha has the largest commercial market in West Africa.
Okay.
And Onitsha is located on the banks of River Niger and is part of southeastern Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I am Igbo by tribe.
I know Igbos.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
okay, now you have come here, you have enrolled yourself in a college. It is a university, actually.
yes.
And what course took you there?
I studied accounting and finance. I started in January of 1983, graduated May of 1986 in accounting and finance. And I moved to Kansas City that same 86. I started working for University of Health Sciences,
Okay.
which is today Kansas City School of Medicine
Right.
and Biosciences, right there on Independence Avenue. So from that 1986 May, I've been in Kansas City and with my family until
Today.
up till this moment.
Oh, wow. God is good. He's been with you all through.
Yes.
And I'm happy to hear that. And I have this question. You came here as a student,
Yes,
but immediately after you graduated, you were able to start working. And
Yes.
what we know, it's not easy to come here as a student and be able to work. How did that transition go?
well, at that time, the kind of immigration restrictions they were still there.
Okay.
However, I had the permission of the immigration to do my internship.
Okay.
So the very first job that I landed was at the University of Health Sciences as an accountant.
Okay.
So I was on that job from July of 1986 up until May of 1987
Okay.
when the internship ended. At that point, I didn't have any choice but to look for avenue to become a permanent resident.
Wow.
And the good thing about it was I became a permanent resident through what they call Special Agricultural Workers Program.
Okay.
Back at Northwest Missouri State University in the summer of 1985, 86, and part of 87,
Okay.
I used to work at the farm.
All right.
So I went back to the farm manager who wrote a letter saying that I worked at the farm during summertime, and that particular document I used to go for I used it and went for interview at the immigration office right there by the airport.
Yeah.
And from there I became a permanent resident.
Wow. So that experience of you working at the farm gave you an opportunity to become a permanent resident in America.
Very true, because there was a special program at that time during President Ronald Reagan administration that gave preference to people who worked in the farm at any time between 1986 and 87, 1986 and 88 to apply for permanent residency.
Okay.
So I fell into that category, and here I am today.
Wow, congratulations. That
Thank
was very easy.
Mhm.
Unlike today, when people have to struggle really much because of the immigration rules
Yes.
there today. But can you take us now through from being a student, now you have become a permanent resident of America, and now you can work without worries, and you can even start to even invest in America if you want, and to settle down as a resident. How was that?
Well, it was for me. I would say it was pretty easy because I availed myself of the opportunities that were at that time, particularly the Special Agricultural Workers Program. I became a U.S. citizen, naturalized citizen, in 1992,
Wow.
and prior to becoming a citizen, when I got my permanent residency, I had a job with. I went back to school actually, and I got a degree in computer science.
Okay.
I worked in IT environment from 1995 till 2001.
Okay.
It was in 2001, after my last job with H&R Block. I was a senior quality assurance analyst. It was a job that I was on for about a year and a half. At that point, I decided that I need to venture out on my own. And I started this business.
You started now this business. In fact, people, we are shooting from his office. He is a businessman, and he's been doing this for a super long time, so he has a lot of experience. And Mr. Adon, may I ask you this one question? Between 1983, when you landed here in America, all the way to 1992, had you been able to go back to your country?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've been going back. I go to Nigeria almost every year.
No, like between 83 and 92. When you
Yes, when I graduated in 86, I went home in 88.
Okay.
And then came back. And ever since then, I've been going to Nigeria maybe once a year, sometimes once in 2 years, up until this time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Now, you decided to venture into your own business. And I know you do a lot of stuff all together. One, I know you file taxes for people because you did it for me. And you are very exceptional when it comes to that.
Thank you.
What other business do you do?
Okay, I have what I will call an accounting firm. People get to see me only during tax season.
Yeah.
But I am open January to December.
Okay.
Because I do monthly accounting for a lot of businesses. I do payroll for about 20 businesses.
Wow.
I prepare financial statements for a lot of businesses. I do management advisory services. That is, I register businesses for people. I advise them on how to go about, setting up their books and everything else. But the fact that I am here and most people only see the tax side, majority of other people see the entire picture of what my business is about.
Right.
Like today, I have to run payroll for 4 companies.
Wow.
And I'll do the same tomorrow for 2 other companies. So every week, I am very busy.
Okay.
I'm very busy every week, not just during the tax season,
Okay.
which most of people that I know get to come to my office or talk to me.
I also didn't know you have so many other things that you do. Because I got to know you through Jane, and the question that I asked her is the answer she gave me. She didn't had to explain all the other things that you do. But I'm so glad that you've been able to set up such a big business that has so many things you can do all together. And the most reason as to why I wanted us to do this interview is because so many people back there in Africa, they might think when you come to America, it is just one single thing you can venture into. Like, you have to be employed, you cannot do your own things like you are doing. But now they can hear this from you, that you are even able to work for companies. Companies are hiring you, not the other way around.
Exactly.
Not you being hired by company, but I mean, you are working, you help them. You
Exactly.
help companies.
Exactly.
Yet you are single person, an individual,
Exactly.
helping companies to settle down their business,
Exactly.
and be able to run their business the way they would want.
Exactly.
So, how was that journey of you being able now to be trusted by companies, to be working for them, and being able to trust your work? Has it been easy?
Well, it's been easy because there's something about business that I want to tell everybody. They say honesty is the best policy for business, or even anything that we do.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I've been through a lot of clients that will come in here, particularly individual clients. They will come in here, they have that notion that, because he's African,
Right.
he's going to make us get money. I don't play that.
Crooked way.
I don't cut corners. I will tell you as it is. You like it, fine. You don't like it, go elsewhere.
Yeah, you are free to go.
Yeah, because in America,
Right.
this is where laws are enforced.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
You run a red light right now and the police is right behind you, he will pull you over and write you a ticket.
Right.
Same thing applies to the accounting, legal, engineering, nursing, every profession. Transparency. And you break the rule, you will be sanctioned. Sometimes you go to jail.
Yeah.
For my profession, for my professionalism, I have to be strongly ethical.
Right.
Okay? I don't cut corners. Okay? And one piece of advice I'll give to everybody is be transparent about what you do. Don't think the people that are looking at you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
They have relatives that are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They have friends that are doing the same thing. So don't think you present to them some falsehood that you think they don't understand. They understand.
Yeah.
So be honest, be transparent, and stand firm in what you do.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, I'm very great. I feel so good to hear that from you, because that's a great piece of information. Because I keep on telling people in America, it is not the same place you can just come and try to break a law and just think you can just run away with it.
Exactly.
No, the system is very straight. They will come after you even before you leave the scene. So
let me give you an example.
Yeah.
Back in the about 2005, 2006, not to particularly say this is only Kenyans.
Yeah.
There were Kenyans that were involved in some shady things about taxes.
Yeah.
Some of them ran back home. Those that ran back home, IRS agents went back to Kenya, brought them back here.
Yes.
So
We will do that.
I tell people, don't think you can run, but you cannot hide.
Yeah.
When they are looking for you, they know where to
you.
find you.
Yes.
So don't break the law thinking that you run back to Africa.
This is not
there are Nigerians that duped the government through Medicare and all that, ran back to Nigeria. They did not even know that as they were landing at the airport, the agents were right behind them.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them were arrested, brought back to United States.
Yes.
So my point being, be transparent, don't cut corners, don't cook up your books,
Yes.
and be honest about what you do,
Yes.
because that is all that is required in America. More so, the beginning journey has to be, if you are here, go to school. I will advise any immigrant,
Yeah.
go to school.
Yes.
Go study whatever your passion is.
Yes.
Okay? And where that fails, study something else.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
For me, like I said, I have Bachelor of Science degree in accounting. I have Bachelor of Science degree in finance.
Okay.
I have Bachelor of Science degree in computer science.
Wow.
I have Master's degree in accounting and financial management. I have MBA in accounting, and then my CPA license.
Those are like 6.
Yes, so
Yeah.
that is what I have, and I have worked in different places. I worked at Sprint as a computer programmer, at H&R Block as a senior quality assurance analyst, the city of Kansas City, USDA, United States Department of Agriculture. I've been everywhere until I finally decided to start my own business. I've been doing this since 2001,
Wow.
and I can tell you that I get to know you today was through one person, my Kenyan friend, girlfriend at that time, Nancy Karaoke. Nancy made me to know over 700 Kenyans
Wow.
that are my clients today.
Yeah.
Some of my clients that are Kenyans, I don't even see them.
Right.
During the tax season, all they do,
You work online.
they just call me.
Yeah.
I give them my fax number or email. They send their documents. Very many of them that I know, they are my personal friends.
Same thing, because I came to see you eye to eye today.
Exactly.
But I have worked with you.
For the last year, I did your taxes this year.
Yes.
And this is I'm just seeing you now.
Right.
If not for what you are doing today with me,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know you physically,
Right.
but I'll still be preparing your taxes.
Right.
So now, why is it that way? Because of the way I have presented myself to everybody.
Right.
Put all your cards on the table.
Yeah.
Let whoever you're dealing with see it.
Yeah.
That is that honesty part.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
So that is why I have 90% of my clients are Kenyans. Even far away as Seattle, Washington, Texas, Oklahoma, Iowa, Mississippi, Alabama, New Mexico, you name it.
Wow.
Some of the majority of these people I have not seen with my own eyes. Even some of them that are local here, I get to see them once a year or don't even see them.
So are you trying to tell me that you are based in Kansas, but you work for people who are like all over the United States?
Believe me, I prepare taxes for Kenyans. Half of my Kenyan clients don't live in the Kansas City, Missouri area. They live outside the state of Missouri, outside the state of Kansas. I have majority of my clients in Seattle, Washington, New Mexico, Mississippi, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Iowa. So you can imagine.
Wow, those are like 8
It's
states.
word of mouth.
Yeah.
One person would, okay, how did I get to know you?
Right.
It was through Jane, right?
Yeah.
So that is how I have had my business, besides other clients that I have.
And you said something that I believe is very important for people to hear, that it is very important to come to America and go back to school and do something.
Do something.
Because through the courses that you have done, they've been able to keep you or to help you set up a business easily and get people that you can work for without you struggling a lot.
Exactly.
Okay, so going back to school pays.
It does.
Even if you struggle at the beginning,
It does.
it will pay you.
Believe me, it doesn't have to be. I mean, the beauty of America is such that if you go to Kenya today, you might be in the midst of 200 people.
Right.
You will see a lot of business opportunities that they don't see
Right.
because of your exposure
Yeah.
to America.
Yeah.
That is what makes America great. Reason being, it's like heating and cooling. It's like computer repairman. It's like plumbing. If you know how much these people are bringing home, roofing. I have clients in these areas. I have 2 Nigerian friends. They are graduates with master's degree.
Yes.
But they abandoned their white-collar job to become roofers.
Right.
Their gross revenue is in 7 figures.
Wow.
So that is the essence of going to school. It doesn't have to be
A big course.
PhD
Yeah.
or her,
Yeah.
because it's not everybody that will go in that direction.
Exactly.
2-year community college program can put dinner on your table.
Right.
You see? So that should be the very big emphasis that I like to present to everybody. Because for me, I see it work.
Yeah.
I have 3 children. Granted, they are all educated. My first son, Donald Jr., has a PhD in biomedical engineering. My daughter is a medical doctor.
Wow.
And the younger boy is a computer programmer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
So now, if anything has to change, and one of them, let's say the younger boy, decides to go do something else,
Yes.
at least he has something that he can fall back on.
Right.
Are you with me?
Right.
So that is pretty much how it is. And that is what I tell everybody.
Okay. I also believe that because you value education, your children will do the same, because you will emphasize to them the need to get that course done.
Right.
And it is very important, even though you don't like going back to school, like I say, it is good to go back to school to set an example to your kids.
Exactly.
Because in most cases, whatever you want your kids to do, you will have to do it first. You want them to believe that it's worth it.
Exactly.
They can see if daddy did it, then it means it is worth it.
Exactly.
Because I'm looking up to daddy, and whatever he does means it's good.
Exactly.
So most of the time I tell people, set an example to your kids by doing what you would want
You
to
are
see them do.
you are their role models.
Yeah.
Because I mean, my parents are people ask me, who are your role models? My parents were.
Yeah.
My father was a retired accountant. My mother was elementary school teacher. So they impacted on me and my siblings
Yeah.
the importance of education.
Yeah.
And today, like I said, it's paying off.
Right.
Not that if you come out to start a business that you will not succeed.
Right.
But the education you have will help you to understand some basic stuff about business.
You're right.
The business aspect that people think about that we know is only buying and selling.
Right.
Buying and selling is just a small portion
Yeah.
of business as a whole. That is, if you see most people that call themselves business people, back in Nigeria, back then when I graduated from high school, the typical businessman all he does buys and sells.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
But when you tell them that is just simply trading, a typical businessman,
that's trading.
you look at the big picture.
Yeah.
Are you with me? That big picture, having some good education will help you understand what it is to run a business.
And this is another question that is just popping up. You came here as a student, and you've been going back to school later on, even when you became a resident. And how expensive was the fee?
Well, at the time, believe me, at the time, Missouri was at that time up till now has the cheapest
Right, I know that.
higher institutions in United States.
Yes.
Back in 1983, my school fees, both room and board, was about $1,300
Wow, $1,300
a semester.
only.
Yeah,
My God, that was cheap.
it was very, very cheap. At that time, also at Northwest, you can pay $500 and take 24-hour credit,
Wow.
as long as you can handle it.
As long as you can handle it. And how are you coming up with the school fee?
Oh, my parents were paying my school fees.
So they were sending money from Nigeria.
Yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't a hassle for you.
No, it wasn't.
And they would also set the upkeep for you.
Oh, I was at that time, the total yearly expenses for tuition and board. I lived in the dormitory for 2 semesters. Then the summer of 1984, I moved off campus with some roommates who found a building upstairs, 2 rooms upstairs and living room, kitchen, bathroom, and everything. 2 rooms downstairs. So I rented out the downstairs to other students,
Right.
and me and a roommate lived upstairs.
Okay.
So my parents were sending me at least minimum at that time $8,000.
$8,000.
I was the one that was managing it very well. I wasn't telling them my yearly expenses was only $3,000. So whenever I received that yearly tuition, I'll put the rest in the bank.
Okay. Wow.
And that was how I was able to go to school without headache.
So I know when people come here and they are young, and I know you were young by then, sometimes they get confused and they start doing other things that might end them up in trouble, and maybe some even get deported back home.
Yes,
because they
very
break
true.
the law every now and then.
Exactly.
And they get themselves into drunkenness and other things that are not good, and they end up being deported. How are you able to evade that?
Believe me, 2 things are in play. Now, I was disciplined enough to know why I came here. Because back home, you get deported, the shame will be on your parents forever.
Right.
So that was always at the back of my mind. It did not stop me from partying. But we party weekends and when school is out, particularly during summer. We will party to the point where Northwest Missouri State University, between 1983 and 85, was #1 school in the nation that was known for alcohol consumption.
Oh.
It was on Time magazine. You go to Northwest at that time, on Fridays, very rarely would you see anybody in classroom You go to a lot of the fraternity buildings, people are partying.
Wow.
But for those of us foreigners, we know why we are here.
Right.
And I wasn't driving at that time. So anywhere we have a party, we walk.
Yeah.
Because within that campus or within Maryville, Missouri, most places are of walking distance.
Yeah.
So we can go to a party that will be maybe 2 miles away from where we live.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if we are drunk, we walk home.
Yeah.
So again, the breaking the rules, we know pretty much what the consequences are.
Right.
But one about it is drunk driving was not a big case then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in 83, 84, 85. Not that it wasn't a case, but it wasn't as much as what it is now.
Okay.
And then the second thing is, the only way you can get deported will be if
Walking.
if you're not in school
Oh, okay.
and somebody reports that to the foreign student advisor.
Okay.
The foreign student advisor will call the immigration.
Yes.
Maryville, even though it did not happen, but most foreign student advisors at that time, I wouldn't say they were petty, but because they were doing their job,
Yeah, they were doing that.
they will call the immigration on foreign students that are not enrolled in any semester. That was what happened to most people that were deported.
Yes.
Then the other group of people that were deported were people that got involved in some kind of fraudulent behavior
Yeah.
that landed the police
Yeah.
for them, that made now the police to file report with the school authorities, and then the school authorities will send such information to immigration. But in most cases, people that were deported were people that were not going to school.
Okay.
They dropped out of school, did not leave the city where they were going to school. They were still there, and immigration were able to come pick them up. The ones that left the city and moved to other places, very many of them were not deported because they found their way back to school.
Okay. With what I'm gathering, the amount of money that your parents were able to be sending you, it feels like your parents were people who are rich or well up, and yet they send you here to the States, and you come here and you are able to balance all the peer pressure and everything, and eventually now you are here working your own business in America, and you've been working for all those years. So that means I'm just talking to someone who is very focused. Is that the case? Am I wrong?
Yes, because like I said, I knew why. See, back home, if you're a male child, particularly first male child of your parents, you better not disappoint them,
Right.
because that could make them die.
Right.
I was the first male child of my parents. The responsibilities on that issue alone weighed too much on me. So I was very focused about who I am, what I'm here for. At the end of every semester, I will tell the registrar's office to send my result to my father. That way he would know, yes, his son is in school.
Right. And
This semester just ended, I'll have his result.
yeah.
So those were the things that I was doing that made my parents, particularly my father. My mother is a disciplinarian. My father was like, okay, if he wants to make use of his life,
Yeah.
fine. If he doesn't want, that's his him.
Yeah.
I have done my best as a father. So I made sure I made him proud. I made both of them proud, and my siblings.
Yeah.
So those things were in my mind at all times.
Wow.
Even at the point where what happened, I think I got married very early.
How old were you?
I was 26 years old when I got married.
Okay.
My older son was born on my 28th birthday.
Wow. These are your.
These are my kids.
Wow.
So this is Donald Jr., who was born on my birthday. This is my daughter, Chinazo. This is my younger son, Ike.
Wow.
Yeah. So
They are beautiful.
thank you. I was very conscious of the fact that my parents will be completely disappointed if I don't graduate
Yeah.
or if I get deported.
Right.
So when I got my first degree in May of 1986, my father was still working. My father was a chief accountant of a British company in Nigeria. So he wanted me to come home so that he will employ me in the company he was working for. I told him no. Let me now fend for myself.
Right.
You've done what I so much appreciate.
Right.
Even when they came to visit, I still tell him, Mom and Dad, thank you so much for taking care of me while I was going to school.
So they still come here to visit you?
Yeah, they visited. The last time they visited, my parents visited was 1995 all the way to 97 when he was born.
Yeah.
But my father passed on in 2009.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
And then my mother is still living. My mother is 88 years old. She's still living.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, she's blessed to have you. And do you have other siblings?
Oh yeah, I do.
Are they in Nigeria or do you have a family here?
I
Family, like a family person.
My immediate elder sister is here in California, and then my elder sister and the family are back in Nigeria, and the ones behind me, after me, they're all in Nigeria, married with their families.
Wow, that's great. We thank God. And let me ask you, have you ever regretted
coming to America?
Coming to America?
Hell no. Hell no. Not even though I'm thinking in the next 4 or 5 years I'll be retiring.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about at the back of my mind, I would like to retire to Nigeria.
Yes.
But the situation of things in Nigeria today is terrible.
Bad,
it's terrible.
I understand.
Nobody, I can assure you, people. 1 second, okay? Yeah, the situation of things in Nigeria today is unbelievable. You expect. No, exactly. You expect, the expectation was such that you would have seen better things happening in the country.
Yeah.
But Nigeria that I left is 1 billion times better than Nigeria of today.
It's getting worse and worse.
Every day. Everybody that is my age or perhaps that came about the same time that I came to United States, this is all we are talking about.
I know.
Because majority of us want to retire back home. Because as much as you love your kids and they love you, what they will do to you, you see, there's a building down the street. They might call you and say, Mom, Dad, why don't you sell your home and move into that people's home? We'll be coming to visit you on Sundays. I don't want that to happen to me.
Right. You
because
just want to be independent.
I want to go where people will take care of me at the point where I'm not able to do anything for myself anymore.
Right.
But here, believe me, no matter how your kids love you, the kids we raise here,
make it.
they will send you to nursing home.
Yeah, they will.
You don't blame them.
They also have something to do. They have work to do. They have schedules.
Yeah, you don't blame them. Exactly.
Yeah, I understand you. So, are you planning to return to Nigeria still, or you would want now to retire here?
Believe me, I would like to retire in Nigeria. I want a beautiful home, but I've not been
able to invest there.
Yeah, but I've not been able to spend at least 3 months in that building, in that home.
I know.
What is the point?
I know.
Yeah. So I want a situation where, if I retire, I can spend 9 months in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Come back here.
Visit and then. Yeah. Especially during the summer, because nobody wanna come back here and it's cold.
But believe me, I prefer the cold weather to the summer. Believe me.
I think we are the same group. I also prefer cold season other than the hot season.
Oh yeah.
It always suffocates me.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it gives me so bad headaches.
Exactly.
So, according to your experience, America has so many opportunities.
Believe this is, if anybody says, my father used to tell me that the Americans that he worked with back in the 60s had always told him that this is God's own country. It is.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
This is one country you can be anything you want to be.
Anything.
All you need to do is play by the rules.
Yeah.
Play by the
Every
rules.
single one.
Believe me, you can be anything you want to be.
Yes.
Go look around. Just look around you.
Yes.
You'll find immigrants doing very well.
Yeah.
If you're complaining, why don't you go home?
Exactly. That's what I tell people.
I tell a lot of my friends, I say, look, why? So I have this attorney friend of mine, every time he's complaining. And I asked him one day, I said, don't you think you'll be better off going back to Nigeria and open up a practice? Oh, before I could even finish, I said, no, don't even go there. I said, then stop complaining.
Yeah.
Be grateful for what you have.
People complain here in America. Immigrants will complain here in America simply because they don't understand what they have. But the minute you go back home after a few years and you listen to what people are saying there, they have all the reason to complain. You do not have any reason to complain.
You don't.
Because here the system is very straight.
Thank you.
No corruption.
Thank you.
And nobody will ever bother you if you're not breaking the law.
Thank you.
So
that is the truth.
that is what they should
That is the problem that I see. I mean, I deal with a cross section of people. When they come to my office to do their taxes, and I hear them complain, the very first question I ask them is, did anybody force you to come here?
Right.
And when they say no, I say, then be grateful for what you have.
Be grateful.
The problem we have as immigrants, some of us have, is that we're not grateful for what we have.
Yeah.
So, and
That's true.
that is why some of them will be complaining, be talking as if they will be better off back home. Nobody's saying you will not be better off.
Yeah.
But if you know you'll be better off back home, why are you here?
There.
Exactly.
Yeah, you better go there and maybe try what you think it can flourish there.
Exactly.
So I asked you this question before, and would you encourage people to come here and try this system according to your experience, especially in terms of business? How long have you had this business?
For about 20 years right now.
20 years. And no regrets.
Oh no. Oh no. You know when I came to the office today? I came to the office by 1 p.m.
Wow.
Because I already know what I have to do.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, why am I rushing to come here?
It's your
so
business.
that's the benefit of being self-employed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I can grow my business to any level I want to, but the question now is, do I have the capacity to contain it?
Right.
So what I have, I'm grateful for.
Right.
So yes, I will encourage people to. I have my younger brother. I will want him to come visit.
Yeah.
At least stay for 6 months.
Yeah.
Let him have appreciation.
Yeah.
For whatever penny that I sent to him.
Oh yes.
Because back there they think you come out, there are trees that will be that have dollars on them. You pluck up them and then you send to them. Every time they call you, they're not calling you to know how you are doing. They're just calling to ask for money.
Yeah. Whenever they call you, you just know there is an issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
not with you.
Exactly. I will want everybody come visit. Learn, because America will discipline you. That's one thing.
Yes, yes. It will humble you.
Oh yes, I have a friend that he just got married, and they have a son. He will call me to tell me, man, now I appreciate America.
Yes.
America has made him to be the one babysitting.
Yes.
When the wife is at work.
Yes, it happens.
And when the wife comes back, he now goes to work.
Yes.
Now, America has made him to find something to eat when the wife is not there. Is not waiting.
You cannot just sit and wait for the wife
to come.
Yeah,
and then
you're gonna get to that kitchen
and cook. Exactly.
Yes.
So that is one. America will humble you.
Yeah.
And if you take that humility, you can use it to do so much back home.
So, since you brought that issue, and I addressed it like 3 or 4 days ago, because people are, the reason as to why so many marriages will break when they migrate from Africa to America, people don't want to change.
That is the problem.
You still want to remain the same person you were in Nigeria.
It will
you
not
want your
work.
wife to go to work, come share the bills with you, but you still want to sit down like this on the couch. and wait for her to come and do the work.
That is not fair.
Thank
Believe me.
you.
I am one exception to that rule. If you call the mother of my kids and ask her that question,
Yes.
she will tell you there is no man like me. I pride myself for that.
Thank you.
I remember when my friend, the Kikuyu woman I'm telling you, I just before I was, why I was outside,
Yeah.
I just picked them up from school
Okay.
for her. Because, why would you let her, she's in downtown, go all the way to 118th and Holmes
Yeah.
to pick up the first daughter, and then go to 106 and 10, pick up the second daughter, and take them home, and then go back to work.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
So why can't I help?
Right.
That is the point.
Yeah.
So that is the issue. It goes both ways, the men and the women.
Yes.
The
I
women,
think so.
especially, I will tell you, especially the African women, the moment they get that their RON, it gets into their head.
They are right.
Oh, Lord have mercy. And you'll be like,
It makes them go
and then the
opposite direction.
thank you. The man will say something, they'll say, just sit over there. That respect goes through the window.
But why would you disrespect your husband simply because you got a course, and that husband maybe is the one who supported you when you are doing the course? Why would you do
Exactly.
that? And for what?
Exactly.
Because of the Africanism.
I know.
Because here in America, they go to school because this is their country. They know how to go to school and do those RN or BSN courses.
Exactly.
Or any other course that pays good. And they still have their marriage.
Exactly.
Because they understand it's nothing to do with the course. I might be learned, yeah, but I still have to respect where respect is demanded.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the problem. And I can tell you, in some communities, particularly in the Nigerian community, there was a time it was very rampant. You see husbands killing their wives. It has never happened in Kansas City, but in most big places like Texas, California,
yeah.
you name it.
Yeah.
Nigeria, even St. Louis here, a friend of mine killed the wife.
Yeah.
This is somebody that I was driving when I got a phone call from him. I was driving from Indianapolis back to Kansas City. I tried to talk him out from what he was about to do.
Yeah.
I said, look, it will not make any sense to have your children to be orphans.
Right.
Because if you kill this woman,
You're gonna go to jail.
they will kill you too,
Yeah.
no matter what, because it's premeditated.
Right.
There is no way you will get yourself out of this.
Right.
I don't care if you go hire the best lawyer in the world,
Yeah.
okay? But he still did it. Now he's spending life imprisonment.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I've always cautioned on the side of reasonableness.
Yeah.
Just if the marriage will work, it will work.
Yeah.
If it won't work, it won't work.
Yeah.
You guys can. I am divorced,
Yeah.
but I still talk to the mother of my children. We
Yes.
talk all the time.
Yeah.
She lives in Maryland.
Yeah.
I am here. So
Missouri.
no, Maryland, Maryland, Baltimore, and Maryland.
Yeah.
We talk for the sake of the children. You know.
Yeah.
So my point is, whatever is not going to work will not
Ain't gonna
work.
work.
But try to make it work.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it is for your
The
own peace
benefit
of
the
mind.
children.
Exactly.
Yeah. And your own peace of mind.
Mine, exactly.
Yes. All right. I was very happy to have you in this session, and I thank God that eventually we got to meet and do this and get to talk about so many things. And the last one was very important because I keep on telling people about these marriages, and if two people are willing to get their marriage work, it will work.
It will work.
But
That is,
marriage is not for one person.
I know.
The
That
minute
is a
you leave
mistake.
it-
That is the mistake most men, African men,
Yes.
that is the mistake we
Yes.
make.
Yes.
We think it is important only to the woman.
Exactly.
No, it is important to you as the man.
And it is your work
It is
too
exactly
to make it work.
Work. It's not just the woman. Believe me.
Thank
you know,
you.
believe me. So that is what I mean. I tell people. I say, look, don't look at me. Okay.
Yeah.
Let
Do
it
the right
do the right thing.
Yes.
Know how to say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you did,
Yeah.
know how to say I'm sorry, apologize.
Yes.
Don't think you are. I mean, if you bow your head down, it doesn't mean it's gonna remain there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Humble yourself. Everything takes humility, understanding, and patience.
Right.
I'm not perfect. I have my own shortcomings.
Yeah.
But at the point where I know I'm at fault, even my own children, my younger son, I remember when he came here during the tax season, he helped me for about 2 months. He would tell me that I'm only going to be in the office from 9 to 5.
Yes.
And by Friday, I will only work half day.
Yeah.
And
you respect that.
I said, okay, no problem. And I said, yeah, it's not free. I'll pay you.
Yeah.
So on Friday by 1 p.m., I'll come here. I'll say, Ike, do you want check or do you want cash?
Yeah.
Say,
And it is your own son.
My own son.
Yeah.
He said, Dad, give me cash. I'll give him cash. And he will hug me, say, okay, I'll see you whenever you come home.
Yeah.
When I'm here till 3 a.m., he will call to find out.
Where you are.
Are you still at the office?
Yeah.
You need to stop staying this late.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You see, they will tell you.
This is your own son.
My own son.
Yeah.
So now imagine somebody you call your wife. If you don't respect their opinions,
What will happen?
who else are you going to respect their opinion?
Exactly. I told people about respecting, even though you are a husband and you believe like you are the head of the house, that is very true. But at the same time, you must make your wife's opinion count.
Pretty much.
If it doesn't count, she's gonna feel unwanted.
That is very true.
And
very true.
the minute she stays there and she gets to the last point where she feels like I can just walk out of this, she will do exactly that.
Exactly.
And she won't feel the loss.
I know.
Because she lost it while she was living with you.
Very true.
So thank you so much for bringing that in, and thank you even for highlighting that you are divorced, and now you know
the value
and why you should always humble yourself to each other.
Believe me.
Say sorry where you're supposed to do that.
Yes.
And also you can be able to sit down your kids and tell them the right thing.
Oh yeah.
Not what you didn't do or you did, but the right thing, because now you can tell the right thing.
Very true.
And we thank God for all that. And as we end this video, I would want you to tell me one thing that is it's not that much personal, but can you tell me is it worth it to have a business, and is it enough? I know you work for so many people. In fact, I have the answer, but I would want to hear it from you. Does it pay? Is it enough to pay all your bills since you work like within your own time? Nobody tells you when to come to work. Does it pay all your bills and you are able even to do other things like investments and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It does. See, the greatness of America is that it teaches you how to go about doing anything you want to do.
Yeah.
Not everybody will succeed in business.
Right. You're right.
Okay? Because it takes commitment.
Yeah.
Okay? And it takes passion also. Whatever you love, okay, let passion be your overriding goal before the monetary benefit.
Yeah.
Okay? See, for me personally, I had always wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow.
On top of what I have. But because of my marital instability, that has derailed me.
Right.
Every time I sit down, I regret.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah.
Because I have not had that stability to make me sit down, focus, and get into law program.
Yeah.
At the age where I am right now, I'm still thinking about it, but I said to myself, if it's God's will, it will happen. But if it's not, I'll let it be.
So, what you're trying to say, when you have marital instability, it's very hard to focus, and I know that.
Believe me, it is
hard to focus because you need your mental health first.
Believe me.
Before you engage yourself
in anything. Yeah, very true. Believe me, because if I have not experienced that, I will not tell you. I have
Right.
experienced it.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, you shot yourself on the foot.
Right.
Everybody that I deal with, even with my law friends, my lawyer friends, they will tell me that you make a very good lawyer. And I know,
Yeah, you know
most
that.
people, I have friends that come into this office, their first impression was, are you a lawyer? I said, no, I'm an accountant,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because,
You look like a lawyer.
thank you, because the way I will address the issue they come here for will make them feel like, boy, you sounded more of a lawyer than an accountant.
I believe that because I asked Jane a question about my taxes, and she was like, if you talk to Adon, he knows a lot of things, and he will advise you accordingly.
Thank you. That is very true.
Yeah.
That is very true. So I'm still, I was going down the street today and I saw Southern Illinois University billboard. Southern Illinois University is in Carbondale, Illinois. They have a law program. And I'm saying to myself, why don't I inquire if they have part-time law program, I can enroll in it. That desire is still not gone from me.
Yeah.
But like I said, if it is God's will, I will do it.
happen.
But I know, because reason why I'm saying this is that I have a friend. I was here when he came to America. I was here when he went to law school. He is my client today. I see how well he's doing, and I say to myself, what is your problem?
Yeah.
My answer is my unstable marital relationship.
Yes. Yes.
And I say that with every humility,
Yeah.
because anyone that wears a pair of shoes knows where it pinches most.
You are right.
So I know where my problem is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for what I have, I thank God for it.
Right.
Because today, like I said, I am doing well in this business. Granted, when I started, I only had 2 clients. But today I have at least minimum 700 to 800 clients.
Wow.
Majority of them have businesses.
Great progress.
Like I said, 80%, 90% of my clients are Kenyans
Yeah.
from all walks of life.
Wow.
In fact, I just got this is 2017, 18, 19, 20. 4 years tax return, business tax return
Wow.
from a Kenyan friend.
Okay.
Whom I'm sure you will know. Her name is Caroline Kigera.
Okay.
The husband drives a semi.
Okay.
So this is their
I
tax.
know her.
So I am doing well.
Yeah.
At least I am content with what I have.
So far, so good. You thank God for the journey that you've been through, and what we say, we are not failures. We might fail,
But
we are
learn
not
from the failure and do better.
moving forward. You are a wiser person,
Exactly.
and you would act more wiser than you did before.
Exactly.
And we thank God also because America has opportunities like you can go back to school. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter how old you
not
age is just a number.
factor. Yeah, you can just decide to go back to school and you kick down that course, and maybe within 3 or 5 years you'll be done with it.
Exactly.
And you'll be all good to go.
Exactly.
So it was so good talking to you, Mr. Adon, and it's pleasure having me here and also having you in our channel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the wisdom that you've just poured, and I hope someone picks something from there moving forward so that they can be able to know what to do, where, why, and who does it. I'm gonna end this video and receive all my gratitude. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors, even in that low pursuit. May God make it happen, because it is your passion to do it.
Thank you so much.
And God hears our prayers when we make them. Yeah. So I wish you all the best, even in your business, moving forward. And thank you so much. God bless you.
You too. Thank you so much. My pleasure. I'm honored to have this kind of conversation.
Yes.
And I thank you so much.
Anytime.
And I wish you the best in everything you do.